Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Tuesday. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony show. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Stoked, obviously, to be here early morning here. I'm sure you're stoked for the golf. I'm stoked for the Mets win. So it should be a good day, dude.
Yeah, I was just going to say the Mets, right?
Yeah, dude. Is that right? That Lindor's in the thumbnail? Like, is that cool?
Well, it's an off day. I mean, shouldn't it be Luke Weaver? I mean, that's a big injury, no? Which really, it's not funny right now. No. But honestly, like, obviously, it's unfortunate, and we'll talk about it. But it's something. You know, I think I could go back to our intro video way back a couple years ago. I think it was when Loizaga got hurt. But I think they're best equipped to weather this this blow or whatever I said back then. But so I mean, obviously that was I guess it's the official timeline, 4 to 6 weeks. I know they said they were going to do some additional tests, but it seems like that's what the deal is. But fortunately as well, like we were talking about before the show, you're going to get Fernando Cruz back from that shoulder injury, and he was obviously lights out for the Yankees before he was on the injured list. And then also Jazz Chisholm, obviously a positional player, but he'll be back tonight. That's too high. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to having Jazz back. And, just talking with Corey, I guess, he was telling him how pumped he is. You're talking a lot about Judge and just expecting to hit a lot of home runs upon his return. And supposedly, he's ditching the torpedo bat.
Jazz is?
Yeah.
Really? Why is that, you think?
I'm guessing he's thinking, I mean, if you think about it, he came over to the Yankees last year and, was on fire. And then, and then this year, obviously, hitting 170, had some homers early. So I think he's thinking maybe that'll be the switch. But I kind of think too, I wouldn't be surprised if that oblique was a little sore before, the partial tear or whatever it was, and that contributed to his slow start. And like I've told you, what the
little technical difficulty there.
Okay, there we go. Like I told you before, I'm expecting him to come back and assert himself. I'm not really worried about that at all, and I think it's huge, especially because I mean every day you're running out, Peraza, and Vivas. So to have Jazz there, I think is going to be huge. And if LeMahieu can, be somewhat the player that he was on Sunday night, I think things will work out pretty well.
You think you will be? Like, honestly?
No,
not even a little bit, dude.
I mean, the only thing I would say is maybe it gave him some confidence, and he's riled up. I mean, a 4-hit night. I mean, that's those don't grow on trees.
Yeah, it's great, dude. You think? Like at the deadline, you have any value for him? Like, are you excited about that? Nothing. No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. I mean, that's we know that's not happening.
You think you can get rid of him anyway? Or no?
Possibly. It just depends how he performs. But I mean, if he's gonna be, somewhere between 250 and 280, I would imagine that they'll keep him. I think he's hitting 240 now, but so we'll see. But I do see we have a bunch of comments if we want to start there.
Yeah, we do, dude. We have a couple of the normies here, the usuals, the casuals. First off, we have Fishboy. John Pollock says, "Go Tigers." First or 40. This is the most I've ever watched in the first half of the season before. I mean, you got to be stoked if you're a Detroit or Tigers fan. I mean, it really is outstanding, dude. Torkelson's been great, obviously. scoop ball anytime he pitches. I mean, ridiculous, dude. Really is ridiculous. Josh B says, "What up, fam?" D-Rails is back here. I don't know how anyone else feels about that. He says, "Let's go Mets." He says, "Yankees 6th best team in the MLB." And then we have Kev Do.
Oh, that sounds like a Mets fan.
Kev Do, let's go. We want the smoke. He says, "Mets win, .. He says.
Yeah, it's just, oh my God. It's just funny, these like delusional, spiteful, Mets fans with the Yankees. Ridiculous. I mean, it's like, are your eyes even open, derails? And I'm not going to go back and forth with you because you were being ridiculous yesterday in the comments. So I don't need that. Okay.
Do you think Yankees are the best team in the league? Like, honestly.
Best team in the league. I mean, they're in the conversation.
Mhm.
I think they're, obviously, I mean, if you would look at the way, I mean, I think the general consensus around baseball, just like it was going into the season, that the Dodgers are the best team. And obviously they just took 2 out of 3 from us. But I think there's a lot of baseball to be played. And I know Buster was just on with Rick and Dave, and he was alluding to that Dave Roberts was acknowledging that the Yankees are a better team than they were when they played him in the World Series last year. So I think they're going to continue to grow. And obviously it remains to be seen, what version of ourselves we are come the end of the season, because I think there's definitely going to be some action around the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's for sure, dude. That is for sure. And that's all the comments, by the way.
So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But I would say let's officially go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So a light night in the world of Major League Baseball last night. No Yankees, but I'm pumped to see them against the Guardians the next 3 nights before we get another off day.
You sound really pumped.
No, I am. I mean, why wouldn't I be pumped?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
And I'm really pumped to see them play against the Guardians.
I mean,
and aren't you, Rodon? Like, I mean, I think it's a big game. Bibby, maybe.
I mean, come on. It's like I don't need to sell myself. That I am pumped for every game. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, the Guardians are playing good baseball once again, like they do pretty much most seasons. And I think, it'll be a good series. Right now, 32-26, 6.5 out because the Tigers are playing so well. John Pollock mentioned the 40 wins.
Crazy.
But I believe they're at the top of the wild card race, right?
They must be right at 32 wins, right? Because it's them, Houston, Minnesota.
It feels like the internet availability. Okay, yeah.
Oh, really?
A half game above Houston, and then Minnesota's in third. And the Blue Jays, all of a sudden winners of 5 in a row, but they've been playing the A's. Buster was alluding to that, and he thinks that no one has any shot to catch the Yankees in the East, which I definitely would agree with. But I think this wild card race, will be interesting. To say the least. Fascinating, I guess you could say.
Actually, I think it really is fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to make for an interesting deadline. I know they were talking about a great interview, honestly, with Buster. It was dope to be able to listen to that while I was working this morning. Not like Family Feud or anything, but yeah, dude, they were talking about the AL wildcard race and how it's going to affect the deadline this season and how perhaps it might not be as much movement because from a lot of these teams. So many teams are in it. I forget how many teams he said, but I think
11.
there's 11 with a 15% chance or more of making the playoffs, which is pretty wild, dude. I feel like we haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it right now, you would just looking at the wild card. I mean, you would say everybody from Boston up in the standings are in it. I mean, I would think the Angels. I mean, sure, I guess they're only a half game behind Boston, but it just the sentiment there, that they're not good enough. And then the Orioles are a mess, and so are the A's and the White Sox. But everyone else, you would think, has a good chance. So,
oh yeah, dude. Texas especially. I think Texas can go on a run.
Yeah, no, exactly. They definitely could. So. We'll have to see what happens. And I really honestly can't wait for the game on Saturday night. That's going to be awesome. And I actually haven't even mapped out. I'll see if they have the pitchers listed, but who's going to be on the bump Saturday night. So it says undecided, but Garrett Crochet supposed to pitch for the Red Sox. So actually want to see.
I mean, he didn't pitch great against the Mets.
Well, it's the Mets, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that because their lineup's great. So it's obvious that he wouldn't pitch against them, I guess, right?
No. Come on, Tony. Lighten up a little bit. I know
pot calling the kettle black, Brian.
What does that even mean, dude?
The pot called the kettle black?
Yeah, I've
You
never
ever heard that
one.
before?
No.
Because they're both like normally black. So it's like, oh, you're going to call me black, but like I'm also black. Like, what's the point there? You know?
It sounds like something Ernie would say.
It does sound like something Ernie would say, dude. The caucasity of this conversation. Dude.
But I'm thinking possibly Yarborough, just because Warren is starting Friday, and obviously Warren started Saturday, and then Yarborough started Sunday. So I would think that they would stick to that. Actually, but I just want to see something here. Because a lot of I'm surprised this actually isn't listed, because usually you go to the schedule and it has the rotation listed pretty far out here. But yeah, I mean, it has to be because you have 5 starters listed in a row. Yeah, they have Rodon after. Yeah, there's no way that it's not going to be Yarborough. I don't know why that he's not listed. That just doesn't make sense.
That's kind of weird. Are they going to give him some rest? Maybe
there's no
different.
There's no one to start though.
They wouldn't start anyone else.
No,
you don't think?
Because they brought back Carrasco, but I guess they're designating him since Cruz is coming back. But then Weaver's going on the injury list. I don't know.
Right.
But
I don't know. Maybe they're going to try and throw a bolt, like an opener, like an actual opener, like a Weisiger to open up.
It doesn't make sense though.
It doesn't make
Yarborough
sense.
coming off of that. They're starting Yarborough.
But I don't know. I think sometimes, like, I mean, not for nothing. Mendoza's done this. You know, it might be kind of a Boone Mendoza thing where like they're coming up on an off day on the 9th. They kind of get weird. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Just because you already had the off day yesterday, the off day Thursday, and then an off day Monday, there's no reason to like, give a guy another day. Plus, Rodon's starting Sunday Night Baseball. So
then why isn't it listed, Brian?
I think because it's ESPN. Get stuff wrong. I mean, I think
it's
that's
possible.
It's possible. But it's just annoying that like they can't just have that there. So I just know for sure. But that'll be awesome if Yarborough is starting, honestly. And 2, contrasting styles. 2 lefties too. With Crochet and Yarborough. What else we got here?
Looks like Fish Boy says ha ha, and he says, "Who let us get it hot?" And then Josh B says Barnes, that laugh. Kev Deuce says Tigers gonna flame out the Pistons. LMAO.
Like the Pistons.
Oh, like the Pistons. Sorry, thank you very much. It's early.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Fish Boy says, "You wish, dude." Then Kev Do saying what we just said. Crochet pitching on Saturday. Thank you, Kevin.
No, I'm not. I'm not lit. What do you mean?
By the way, he does also say Mets second best team in the MLB by record. Yanks are 4th. Not bad.
Well, who won the series, Kev? So I don't know. Usually that would be how you would measure things. So
interesting.
Yeah, the cupcake schedule, White Sox. And
last year you didn't say that.
I mean, but
last year was different. Oh, last year was different.
No, plus, I mean, at any amount of money, anytime, all you Mets fans, please.
Lunch, Peter Luger's, dude.
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah.
No
problem with that.
No problem with that at all, dude. When's the last time you've been there?
Never. Actually,
never been
it was
there,
making
really?
me think that I want to go there, honestly.
Wow, dude.
And I guess, and then they were talking about like, have you been to multiple or just one or what?
Just one.
Is it just in Midtown?
Yeah, the one in Midtown. Oh, geez, I probably was in high school at the time. The one with my parents sort of deal, didn't even really appreciate it.
But like, what is the difference? I mean, I guess that was a while ago, but if you remember anyway, what is the difference between like, a steakhouse in Staten Island versus that? You know what I mean? Like, is there a difference? Like,
I mean, the quality of steaks are very high, and it's like kind of just the atmosphere. I mean, not for nothing, there's not a steakhouse like it on Staten Island, I don't think. But it is like old fashioned sawdust on the floor.
Luger's is.
Yes,
old-fashioned.
Peter Luger's.
Okay.
Yeah, very old-fashioned. It's just like steaks and sides. Like, and you're not, like, no questions asked.
So it's like
asked,
Joseph's,
dude. Yes, it is like Joseph's. Slab of bacon, dude.
Yeah, but Rick doesn't like that
which is ridiculous, by the way, because that bacon normally is, like, literally, dissolving on your tongue.
But it's just the bacon. Like, he's talking about the bacon that they have at Prime on, like, I don't know. Like it's
where it's like this fucking thick. and
but
like
it's
set.
on. What are those things that it's on? I don't know.
You
I
think
feel
like a skewer?
yeah, it's not just on a plate. Yeah, it's like hanging from like.
Oh
wire.
no, not the one in.
Oh,
No.
the Luger's one just comes on the plate.
On a plate,
but it's thick.
sizzling.
You just like that it's thick.
It's
Okay,
just like a huge slab.
Gotcha.
You know.
But yeah, I guess. And Kev, who lost the game to the White Sox? Dumbass. Anyway, speaking of the Mets, Tony, like we said, no Yankees. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, that's freaking right, dude. I appreciate that, Brian. Obviously, huge win here against the Dodgers. Game 1, 4-game set, dude. So obviously here on the road, the Mets here with a terrific 4-3 win in extras. And honestly, dude, a lot of it, you can contribute a lot of different things. In any case, I just want to get through the scoring first, and then we'll kind of like circle back to, whatever. In any case here, the scoring started off very early here for a certain player, Francisco Lindor. We had Dustin May on the mound, who obviously has not had a great season so far. Back-to-back starts, though, pretty solid. I think back-to-back wins coming into this game.
I streamed him for fantasy. Did well.
Really?
Yeah.
Not for this game,
this game, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Also, I think had a season high 9 Ks his last outing. So it just seems like Dustin May is finding his way. Obviously dealing with a lot of injuries and stuff like that. Still a tremendous pitcher and getting a quality start in here. But the damage from the Mets started early here. Francisco Lindor, I think it was a sinker that was just over the middle. And for the 6th time this season, Lindor had a leadoff homer. It was his 14th of the year. And I mean, not for nothing. Like, it's just, clearly a tremendous way to get the ball rolling here for the Mets. I mean, it's exactly how you want to start a series off. Again, especially with having a pitcher like Blackburn coming in here. I mean, you were stoked that he could go into the bottom of the first with a 1-run lead. And then that's exactly what he did. And Blackburn had a phenomenal night here. We'll get to it. But first inning, dude, checked out Ohtani, I think with a curveball. Yeah, dude. And it's so funny because it's exactly he was exactly the example of a pitcher that we were talking about yesterday. I mean, I think about a quarter maybe of his pitches were above 90, dude. And he didn't really throw any fastballs, curveballs, sliders, cutters, changeups, and it was all the off speeds, keeping the velocity down, but obviously being accurate. And we talked about it yesterday. The Dodgers are a fastball team, which is why Blackburn was able to go on to pitch 5 scoreless innings, which is really impressive. Really impressive.
I honestly couldn't believe it when I woke up because JD was yelling at Ernie because Ernie said he was going to get hammered. But I think actually it was funny. I think he got confused because I'm pretty sure I was the one who said that. I know I said it here yesterday, but I just woke up to that text and I couldn't believe I just feel like what a tough assignment the Dodgers first start back.
Ridiculous.
It's like starting a playoff game, your first game back.
Basically. And it's also the first game of the series too. I mean, like obviously you want to go for the right start. And I mean, I don't know if it's just the foresight of Stearns or Mendoza or Hefner, but it just seems like a lot of these pitching decisions have been working out for the Mets this season. The past 2 years, I guess you could say, honestly. So great job there. Great job by Blackburn. We talked about how much of an emotional start this was going to be for him. First start since August. So pretty crazy of last season, by the way. So,
and I'm just kind of thinking about this, and my bad, I was multitasking at the time. The feature pitches for Blackburn. I know you're saying not fastballs, but what is his? It
was curveballs, cutters, sliders, changeups. It was a healthy mix.
But it seems like especially going off what Yarborough did on Sunday, it's like, is this not the recipe for the Dodgers?
Yeah,
like
it seems like it.
Go off speed.
I mean, you still have to be, obviously accurate. I mean that's evident,
right? But I'm saying I just feel like these relievers, especially obviously Blackburn's a starter, but it's just like I mean, they love pumping gas, but I just feel like it's like. I mean, what's more effective than an off-speed pitch that drops out of the zone?
Exactly, dude. And with a significant amount of drop, I mean, you're just not even going to hit that. You're not going to hit that. And that's exactly what happened. Like I mentioned, that strikeout against Ohtani, huge dude. And I think he went on to strike out Ohtani again, actually, in like the 5th or something. In any case, though, we're going to fast forward. I guess let's go to the bottom of the 7th. I was in a scoring here, top of the 5th. Dustin May here, still pitching for the Dodgers, gets Taylor to pop out, gives up back-to-back singles, though, McNeil and Alvarez. So you have runners first and second. Lindor lines out, 2 outs. Nimmo, it's a ground rule double. I think it went into left and bounced over Conforto. Soto intentionally walked, but that made it 2-0. Obviously, Alonso fired out to end the inning. So 2-0 going into the 5th inning. I mentioned here, Blackburn coming in here. Not an easy inning by any means. No strikeouts, but does get Ohtani to ground out to second to end the inning there, which would also end his night. Brazoban comes in bottom of the 6th here. Gets himself into a jam. Gets Hernandez to strikeout swing to lead off the inning. But then Freeman singles. I can't believe I forgot how to pronounce this guy's name. Is it Paez? Paez, dude.
Bro, no, and Josh was even, I think it was Josh, didn't even realize that it was pronounced that way.
Yeah.
We were talking about, I don't know anybody that's ever been named Paez.
Neither have I, but I will say, I don't know if maybe it's because I was like on top of the name, but I feel like they were saying it like a lot during the broadcast, like almost intentionally.
No, they were.
Right?
They were, yeah.
Like more so than last weekend when they were playing the Mets. Like,
yeah.
In any case, you find at the center, so you have 2 outs. Runner on first. Brazoban walks the bases loaded to get himself into a 2-out jam here, but then gets Tommy Edman in a strikeout swing on a changeup that was outside the zone. I guess good job for Brazoban there. We've seen him kind of give up runs in big spots before this season. So even though he walked himself into the jam, it was nice to see him get out of it here. Speaking of a jam here, bottom 7th, Craddock comes in. All right. And the Dodgers get on the board for the first time here. You were mentioning off-speed pitches, the recipe for this Dodgers lineup here. Ohtani takes a curveball almost out of the fucking stadium, Brian, off of Craddock. It was an absolute meatball in the middle, 80 miles per hour. It was
hung.
It was hung. Yeah, it was a hung. Exactly. It was a hung curveball. So again, I mean, those mistakes, I think that's really what you should say against the Dodgers is you just can't make any mistakes, to be honest.
Right.
So Ohtani, I mean, again, the second there was contact, you knew this thing was
there
far
was late
gone,
night contact,
dude.
literally.
Late night contact at this point, dude. So Dodgers cut the deficit in half. All right. Things are getting kind of crazy now. All right. 2-1. Go to the 8th inning. Static. People are sweating. Rain Static here.
Jay
not
texted you
good,
or no?
dude. Jay texted me, not happy.
No,
I did not know. But
I mean, where's our Mets fan though? I haven't heard from him.
he probably early star. He's probably still sleeping, dude.
Okay.
Honestly.
I feel like he has I think he was talking yesterday, but he hasn't been. I feel like he hasn't been as I don't know, active. Feels like the past week.
Yeah, well, I guess he was busy. He's got his brother's wedding coming up. He's the best man.
He took the White Sox loss a little hard.
Probably,
he had to have
dude.
texted you after that. No.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we talked about the wedding too on Saturday, dude. Oh, dude. But in any case, here Static does an okay job. I guess Freeman grounds out, gives a single to Paez.
So I want to know what name that was, and I kept saying it wrong, bro. It's
I
pissing
don't
me
know.
off. But don't you like? You
there was a lot of names. I'm trying to remember.
No, but do you remember it was
talking
about? This is I'm talking weeks and weeks of me just every time just not saying it. Like, does that ring a bell at all?
Was it a guy in the Rangers, or was it just?
Yes, I know who it was. It was Kaliev, right?
Oh, Arthur Kaliev. Yeah, it must have been.
Kaliev.
Yeah, Kaliev. Yeah.
That's how you say it.
That's how you say it, dude. Like, what's the problem, dude? But it gets Conforto and Muncy to fly out back to back to get the inning out there, which is great for Static, honestly. I mean, again, 1 run lead in the 8th. You're pretty nervous. You're not really nervous, honestly, for Diaz, the way he's been pitching. But then, oh, no, dude. So in any case, Diaz comes out here, bottom of the 9th, 1 run lead, looking for his 14th, I think, save of the season. Doesn't. Gets his first blown save of the year, actually. Gives up a leadoff single to Edman. Edman immediately steals second, which Diaz is probably, I think, one of the easiest pitchers in the leagues to steal on. He gets rushed into strikeout swinging. Kim then reaches an infield single to shortstop. Edman goes to
the
third.
ground on that, or?
Yeah, hard hit.
He's fast, right?
Very fast. Yeah. Lindor actually made a really nice catch. Actually, really picked it really nicely. But there was just no time. Honestly, at that time, he definitely saved a run from being scored. But obviously, it didn't really matter. Ohtani up a deep, almost was a home run to be honest. Like literally at the wall, but sac fly ties the game.
Tough to hit one out to left there.
It is tough. Yeah, for sure, dude. And then Diaz gets Hernandez to strike out, swinging there on
You
a
probably
slider.
thought it was over when Hernandez is
I mean, he's got some good clutch hits in his career, dude.
Nobody thinks about him because
Nobody
it's,
does.
Ohtani, it's Betts, it's Freeman, but
and he's another one who can get an infield single. He's fast,
Yeah.
So that ties the game, obviously. So you're a little tight here. But nonetheless, Mets come out here, top of the 10th. Acuna on second, which is obviously, I mean, you feel really good about that. You don't feel good about Alvarez at the plate, though, because he's been trash. But he ropes a double to right to score Acuna. First RBI for Alvarez since May 2nd.
Slugging percentage up to 318.
All right, there we go, dude.
That's something.
So Mets retake the lead there. Lindor, pinch runner comes in Marte for Alvarez. So then Lindor, single to left, scores Marte. So great decisions there for putting the right guys on the bags there. So you have to see that. So you have runners on first, 4-2, no outs. Unfortunately, at that point, though, Scott here gets Nimmo to strike out. Soto grounds out. Lindor moves to third. Alonso gets walked running in the corners. But then Vientos grounds out to short. Probably wasn't going to do anything anyway.
Grabs
but
the hammy.
Takes 3 steps out of the box and falls.
Probably a Weaver 4-6 at least.
Dude, the parallels.
Yeah. Big
but
parallels.
Yeah, torn hamstring. But I mean, honestly, at this point.
They said torn?
Strained hamstring is what they said.
But was there any timeline yet, or they're still
still testing MRI results?
Not off the bone though,
dude. No, nothing crazy.
Who's off the bone? Dude? There was somebody I feel like
recently.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I don't think it was. I feel like it was football or hockey. It wasn't baseball. Like I just remember talking about somebody off the bone hamstring. You don't remember that?
I don't think it was hockey. I'm trying to remember it.
Doesn't somewhat ring a bell? No. And I think people were questioning, how hurt is he really? And then it was like, well, the hamstring was off the bone.
Oh, no, I don't remember this.
Somebody
a lot of things you're bringing up that I don't remember right now, honestly.
No, and it's usually I'm the one that's not remembering.
Yeah, dude.
Well, not really. No, I'm actually usually pretty good at this.
I forgot.
It's early. All right.
In any case, here, it's 4-2 now. You feel good. Castillo comes in for the Dodgers, or for the Mets, here, to pitch against the Dodgers. Leadoff walk. You don't feel good. What do you know? Paez with an RBI single, dude.
Did you think it was over at that point?
No, I did not think it was over, but you're obviously worried. Castillo does come in, though, get Muncy to strike out swing.
Well, that's
so
what,
love that,
cool.
though.
Well, I'm saying with Muncy because he's been on fire. I mean, you weren't. Oh, I guess you were sleeping, though, at that time.
I was sleeping at this time. Yeah.
And so is Jay, apparently, which we'll get to. But.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
But in any case, you get the one out, though. Castillo does get pulled for Buteau. Which again, I mean, I think at this point, obviously, you know about the bullpen pieces here. It'd be nice to have Minter. It'd be nice to have more confidence in certain amount of guys. So bringing Buteau, you're kind of like, I don't know how much I feel about it, but get Smith to line out. Edman grounds out right back to him to end the game. Buteau, first save of the season for him. Mets go on to win this one in a thriller in extras.
Fascinating win.
It really is a fascinating win here against, arguably the best team in baseball, or one of the best teams in baseball, not arguably. And for the fashion you did it, we mentioned Blackburn, the heart, the 5 innings, scoreless, Lindor, killing it now. Back-to-back games, we have home runs. Like, that's fucking outrageous. And I think, intensity, all-time there. Soto, I think, had his, 14th double of the season, which is cool, I guess. But Alvarez coming up big there in the 10th. That's great. Maybe that jumpstarts something for him, which would be great. And not for nothing, you got to be stoked about Blackburn. I know they're talking about him going into the bullpen now, which is great to kind of replenish, some of the losses you've had. And then, at the end of the day, this is all without, two of your starters in your rotation. Mendoza's doing a great job in figuring this out. And, you feel pretty confident now. I mean, going into the next 3 games here, I guess, in Dodgers. So.
Oh, so it's a 4-game set?
The 4-game set.
Wow.
Tough schedule for the Mets, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, after an easy schedule. Who do they have after the Dodgers?
They go to Colorado.
Oh, okay.
There was the Dodgers, Rockets. Well, I mean, facing the Dodgers.
But 3 out of 4 series against Colorado and Chicago.
Oh, yeah, right now, it was an easy stretch for them right now.
Right.
Right now. I mean, that was, before that, they had the Phillies. I mean, they've been tested numerous times this season. Coming up big almost every time.
Why does it come off a little defensive?
Well, because it just feels like you're coming off a little offensive.
I see we got a couple more comments.
Yes,
here.
we do. Let's see. Oh, here we go. John Pollock, congratulations, Tony. That's very nice. Facetious? I don't think so. John Pollock's a nice guy, right?
You would think.
Yeah, I do think.
No, I'm saying we've never met him. That's what I
guess. What, you think he's got like some bodies in the basement, or
no? He's the man, honestly. But I'm saying we haven't met him. I mean,
it's very true, very true. And then Kev Deuce says White Sox go 18 wins, and like Rockies had AIDS. Fuck you. Well, it's just fuck you, Barnes. Okay.
It's so funny that he tries that. It's like, Kev, that's like saying who's worse, Red Sox fans or Mets fans? They're both bad. I mean, it's like, come
on. And I know D-Rails is kind of in the doghouse a little bit, but he does have a good stat here. Best record against teams over 500. Best record.
No, but wait, can we go to the second stat there?
Lowest ERA in baseball. Only one of two teams.
Wait, who's that other team?
It would be the Yankees, I guess. Right?
Oh, okay. So what's up, Kev?
Ernie says you're.
Yeah.
And then my mother says, good morning. Why so early? That guy right there is going golfing today.
Golf tournament.
What time?
Row,
9:30? 9:45. 10:30.
Tournament. No, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock tea time. Shotgun. So like buffet,
Scramble.
Bloody Mary, like 10?
No. I don't think it's gonna be like, dude, that tournament we were at, that was an
outlier.
One of the best tournament, like in terms of like, breakfast,
amenities.
The bar.
Yeah,
like some tournaments don't have alcohol on the course.
That's wild.
Yeah. Let's just say that tournament was that was really one of the funniest times of last year, I have to say.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
Go to
God.
Go to the Yankee game.
Gotta go.
How did you get there?
And then Jay Bird says, Tony, tell Brian about my hat.
The hat, dude.
New Mets hat, new era. One of those like cool, like retro hats, but that are new,
Okay, what's like the specs on it?
It's a snapback.
Snapback. What color?
Black.
Black, okay.
With obviously some blue and orange kind of tones.
Interlocking.
Interlocking.
NY or no?
Oh yes, NY. It says New York Mets across beneath it. So and it's kind of like that like 90s fleecy material.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
So and like it's actually so funny because at the brunch after the wedding, a couple guys, like two dudes went up to Jay and was like, "Oh, nice hat. It's vintage." It's like, dude, I got this like last week. It's brand new.
You know what I was just thinking about? Because we were talking a lot of like Yankees Mets here. I was asking Josh last night on Discord. So there were 34 people that got jerseys. What do you think the breakdown was? One was Braves for Wes, who's a Braves fan. What do you think out of the 22? 33? What do you think the breakdown was?
I'm sorry, there was 33 taken
between Yankees and Mets, like jerseys for the tailgate, like that Josh made up. What do you think?
22 of them were for Yankees. Really?
It's like he texted you.
No way, dude. That's actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't expecting you to just like right in the nose. I thought it was gonna be like close, but like right in the nose.
Let's go, dude. You know why I said 22?
Why?
Soto.
All
right.
And
then my mom says, but those Mets won again, my mom says. The Mets. Jay Bird fell asleep in the 8th inning. Went way later than I did, that's for sure. Late night contact with the Mets this whole week, he says. And then Ernie says, what's up? My favorite knee grows. Oh, Jesus Christ, Ernie.
He got you.
I fucking hate you so much. It's early. Love your it's early start today. I was going to ask you the ring had shirt, but I don't even give a fuck now, Ernie.
Did you see the video?
Boy, no, I didn't see the video.
Yeah, I guess he was on a chat there. I could show it to you, but yeah, she was pumped. Honestly, she was pumped.
I mean, how would you not be pumped?
Right.
I mean, right?
Right, exactly.
I mean, come on, dude. And then Yanks up a game and a half. Kev was silent. Now he's asking who has a better record. Effing joke, he says. And then he says
that defines the a typical Mets fan. I actually have a good story I have to tell about someone I was golfing with yesterday. But finish up the comments first.
Fishboy, you better win, Brian. Are you confident in the win in the tournament today? Or
I mean, listen. That would be nice, but I mean, you never know who's in the field. But we definitely have a chance, especially me, the new putter grip, like the putts. Like I'll putt it off the green. I'll make a 30-foot putt today, probably. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, but I might not get a drive off the ground. I mean, it just always hit and miss with the driver. It's so annoying, but sometimes I literally just hit it so well, and then other times it's so terrible. It's just so frustrating. But that's golf. Mm-hmm. But maybe less around the corner. We'll see. But Was that
Jay Bird says LMAO, call him Tony West. Ernie's laughing his ass off. And then Josh B says Barnes still going back and forth. Is it really worth it? Is what he's thinking? No, it's not.
No, it's not. But I just do have to and this isn't going back and forth. This is. Wait, are we all caught up, or is there still a couple?
Kev Deuce says first off, Ernie, the Knicks were in the playoffs. I could only imagine.
Oh yeah, that's a good excuse, Kev. We lost to the White Sox. But,
I will say though, Ernie
were in the playoffs.
Ernie was hating on the Knicks a lot though.
Yeah. But everyone's giving him shit with the Lakers, so I don't blame him.
Ernie hyped that it worked, whatever.
So this is why. But I'm saying this is why I think most Mets fans are annoying. Obviously, I know there's a couple of us in here that are my friends, obviously, but so I'm golfing with someone yesterday. It's a random 6-year-old guy. I'm literally doing JD's show with my AirPods in the cart the whole time, and I'm like, just kind of minding my own business, okay. And this guy, I want to say he was probably in his 60s. He sees the bag, he's like, oh, big Yankee fan. And then I'm telling him how, went to the World Series last year, this and that. And he's like, you watch any Mets games? And he's like this, watch any Mets games? And he's like, it's a pretty good team there, huh? Pretty good team, huh? I swear to God, just saying it like that. Getting close to me. And I'm just like, yeah, right? It's like, that is the point. It's like, you see I have a Yankee bag. Why are you putting the Mets thing in there? I don't understand. What are you expecting me to say? It's just, I don't know. That just have some respect.
No, that's a pretty crazy thing to do. In the fashion of the way he was doing it,
yeah. No, but literally because someone was on the tee, so he's trying to talk quiet. He's like,
oh yeah,
watch any Mets games or
I would never ask a Yankee fan that.
It's what do you think they're gonna say? That, dude? Pound.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, dude, they're a great team. I love watching them. No way. No way, dude.
Oh man, what do we got here?
It says Ernie says Tony's like Ron Burgundy. Gotta check the teleprompter. Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm just gonna not rattle off your comments. I'm gonna think twice. Ernie.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Hey. I mean, that was a good one.
Fish Boy loves it. Good one, Ernie. And then Oh, okay. Never mind. Kev do.
Yeah.
Dude, that acronym gets me a lot. The BBOD, dude.
He's thinking about that too much. It's kind of concerning, honestly, if you ask me. But that sounds like a Mets fan again. So.
And then Josh B says Ernie said 22. Oh, sorry, no. He says Barnes said 22 and was like, no, 33. I guess for the guests. Did you say 22?
22 for the Yankee jerseys, and then 30. I think it's 34 overall.
Overall, one
with
Braves
the
jersey
for West, yeah,
which is pretty sick. And then D Rose says, "I get it."
So, and I'm guessing that was about the teams that didn't get swept. Is that?
I don't know.
You said I get it?
Nah, I think
you don't think that was
maybe your new golfing buddy.
Oh. How about those Mets? No, I swear my uncle does the same thing. Stupid. He does the same thing to me. He does the same thing. And it's he has to know. He has to know the way that I talk about it, that it's come on. What are we really doing here? But I think, that being said, there really is nothing like baseball season.
Pump for the 12th, dude.
The 12th.
As long as it's all copacetic,
It's going to be copacetic. You really think shit's going to get crazy?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? What's something that you could see getting crazy?
No, a lot of yelling and carrying on
But what yelling?
You and Ernie and Kev do and
no, because I'm telling you,
you're gonna tell me.
No, I'm not going. I'm really not planning on. I'm not planning on saying anything other than if the Mets are losing 10-0 in the fourth inning, I might look over at Kedu and just be like. But other than that, I'm not going to be saying anything. And the nice part about it is, don't have to miss the Yankee game. They play at 7:40 on the 12th in Kansas City, so won't be missing out on anything there. So that makes it better.
Yeah, no, it does.
But you actually think it's there's gonna be some type of incident, not a brawl, but I'm saying a shouting match. You're really expecting that?
Yeah, I am.
With me and Kev do.
I don't think solely, maybe, but you're definitely would be involved, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Even just what you're saying, they're down 10-0, and then that's yeah.
No, I swear to God, I'm not even gonna say anything. I just want to look over and just go like this.
You watch any of those Yankee games?
This is why Yankee fans are the worst. This is why. Oh man. But Ernie loves you though, so that's good.
Yeah. Yes, that is good. That is.
And then Kev, a comment we can read says, if I make it to 740 after those martinis, he's going to have it. I guess he's just questioning that I'm going to make it. But come on, I'm making it to every game. Come on. We're watching every game. We know that.
You don't think maybe like the 9:30 you're asleep on the couch?
No, because I'm telling you, I know everybody. Like, first of all, I mean, how do you really have an encore performance after last year? As far as I'm concerned, but I'm not. It's not gonna be like that. Because like I think the number one thing that I'm not gonna do is like what do you think we had before we went in? Did we have like 5 before we went in?
Beers?
Yeah,
it must have been.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Like maybe I'll have a couple, but like not 5.
Well, I think for the past couple home openers, right, we were doing 4 apiece.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is, but I mean, the train though is.
Yeah, well, especially with the secondary train too, like that's longer. But what I'm saying is that it's just ridiculous because the drink before, but then you're drinking there, then you're drinking at the tailgate, and then it's the game. It's like, there's only so much drinking you do. Wait, what do you mean?
That is true, dude. But I mean, hey, you're gonna indulge. We're gonna be indulging. It's
indulging. But I'm saying it's just not gonna be like me with the ketchup and
missing
Troy.
the hot dog.
Yeah, talking about that and everybody. Oh, do you remember seeing me at the tailgate? No way. Do we have updated picks?
No. No, I gotta update them. I haven't had a chance to look at. Let's see what we got going on here. I know the Mets did not hit the over, so I was 1-1 there. Then I had the Giants, I believe. Let me get back here to Monday. Excuse me. Giants. And the under, which the under hit because they lost 1-0. So another 1-1 spot. That's kind of crazy. good for Logan Webb, I guess. And then Miami and the over I had. The over hit, but the Rockies won.
Yeah.
So another 1-1 spot, which puts me at 3-3. And then you had the Tigers in the under. Tigers obviously won, but hit the over, Brian. Of course. So that was the 1-1.
And then I definitely had the Angels in the under, right?
Under
2-2. It's just like so ridiculous.
And then also you had the Twins
in the under.
No, you had the over.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
So who?
Because of the field. That's the only reason why.
4-2.
Finally a 4-2 spot.
So that makes you, hold on now, 27 and 33.
I just don't want to be under 500. Kind of tight.
And then that makes me 29
and 31.
Well, it would be 21.
Wait, 21. 29 and 31.
Oh, 31. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, I mean,
2 games.
It's getting close. Things are getting tight. And then who's leading off today?
It would be me actually.
Okay,
today, dude. So.
And then Fishboy saying 21. No, we're just talking about like wins and losses on the picks, John. So like I said, especially riled to be back at the stadium. Seems like the Yankees literally have not been back at Yankee Stadium since I was there for that Thursday 12:35 game before Memorial Day weekend. So it's been a long time. So it'd be great to see them playing at Yankee Stadium tonight. But let's do a Tuesday edition of the MLB 6-pack pick segment. First Law Firm, let's go.
Let's go, dude. Yes, lots of games to be had today. Obviously, Yankees back in action. Mets remain in action here. Tyler McGill on the bump here in L.A. Facing off against Kershaw, I believe, actually. I should probably double-check that. But I'm pretty sure it is Kershaw. Last I checked.
It is Kershaw versus McGill.
Is Kershaw versus McGill. And I would say I know last night, even in the extra innings, we saw a game that went on the under. Over-under is still 9.5 here. I'm going to hammer the over, obviously, today. Obviously, McGill, ups and downs, ebbs and flows, the control remaining an issue. Maybe he, maybe lowers his velocity, gets some more accuracy, use the off-speed pitches. Maybe he does well. But I can see him maybe going 5 2/3, 3 earned runs. Clayton Kershaw, in my opinion, probably somewhere around the same. Has pitched 11 innings now through 2 starts. One of them against the Mets actually did not do well. ERA remains a tick below a 5 here as he's continuing to maybe get back in his shape. In any case, I think the bats will be flying. I think the bats will be hot. Lindor leadoff home run, maybe not. Would be crazy the 3 games in a row. I'd say Soto dinger for sure. He's due. Ohtani probably gets his 24th, the league leading, whatever. Freddie Freeman, and we're talking Aaron Judge hitting 370 in the year. Freeman hitting 368 on the year. Obviously a big stand-up guy. And I think Alonso goes deep as well off Kershaw. And why not Alvarez going deep as well? I think at the end of the day, we see in regulation here, Brian, I think Diaz comes in the 9th, back-to-back days this time, gets the save here in the 9th. Mets win this one. I'm going to say 6-5. Mets and the over, Brian.
All right. So like we said, back to Yankee Stadium. Yankees Guardians. Matt in attendance, by the way. So he's fired up.
No shit.
Yeah. And we got Tanner Bybee versus Carlos Rodon. Bybee, 4-5, 3.86. Strikeout numbers down this year, only 50 Ks in 63 innings. Carlos Rodon has been one of the best pitchers in the American League this season. 7-3, 2.61, whip, 0.94, and he struck out 90 batters in 72 and 2/3 innings. So when I take a look, at this game, and you think about it too, Yankees back in April lost 2 out of 3 to Cleveland. So looking to take this series here at home. But when I look at this game, I think Rodon is going to a little extra rest as well. Is going to be locked in, dialed in, riled up, ready to go. I think he's going to give the Yankees 7 innings of 1-run ball. I think he strikes out 12 Guardians. And I think the offense early, often, Jazz Chisholm, first pitch back is going to go deep. I think he's going to have 3 hits tonight. And I think the Yankees will easily win this one. I'm going to say 6-2. So give me the Yankees and the over.
Yankees and the over. Do write that down, actually. Sorry. Yanks over. Let's see here. Oh, man, I guess we'll go with the Cubs. The Cubs, dude. 37 wins on the season. One of the top teams, record-wise, around the league. Much of that is because of Mr. Horton here. 2-0 on the season, getting the start. 3.98 ERA. Facing off against a familiar face, Trevor Williams. I feel like Trevor Williams pitches every fucking day. I don't know, dude. I think we're always saying his name. Every Sportsport, kind of crazy. Nationals, though, here. I guess maybe not as bad as people think. They're above the Braves, I believe, in the standings, believe it or not. The Braves have been trashed nonetheless here. Over-under is 9.5. First time these two teams are facing off here at Nationals Park. The Nationals winning 4 of the last 5, just like the Cubs, but dropping their last game against Arizona 3-1. Cubs humming has been their offense. Just put up 7 runs on the Reds. I think they do another 7 spot here tonight, dude. Pete Crow Armstrong killing it. I think he's maybe 15 home runs in the season. I think he's
Josh B dropped him for fantasy. Or no, Suzuki. It was Suzuki.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it was. But
But still, either way. Seiya Suzuki killing it. 52 ribbies, leading the Chicago Cubs with runs batted in. And I believe Pete Crow Armstrong leading the team with doubles. I say he gets 2 doubles tonight. One of them bases clearing, and perhaps even his 16th homer. That's a 3-for-4 night for PCA, dude. Leading the Cubs to this victory. Give me Cubs. Give me the over. I say they win 7 spot, I said. 7-4. Cubs in the over. Bang.
All right. I am going to go with a risky selection here. But things just feel like they cannot get worse for Sandy Alcantara. 8.47 ERA. It's 2-7 for the former Cy Young Award winner. Going up against the Rockies. Obviously, they just won with them winning back-to-back games. I don't see it, and I just feel like Alcantara. Like, I have a hard time thinking that he's become Rick Ankiel. I don't think his career is over. I think he's gonna fire 6 scoreless innings, striking out 9. Tony, and I think the Marlins will win this game against Colorado 4-1. So give me the Marlins and the under. A little bit of a switch up there.
Miami. And the under. That is a little bit of a switch up. Tossing me for a whirl, dude. Oh, my God. I mean, do I want to fade the Braves? I think I'm going to fade the Braves here, even though the D-backs have been eating shit as well. I think both teams...
Oh, by the way, I just thought of this. JD mentioned this. Last month, 0 3-run homers for the Braves.
Really?
And only 1 with a runner in scoring position for a month.
That's crazy, dude. That's not good at all, dude.
Yeah.
Which is why they're 4th in the NL East. Fourth in the NL East, dude. The Braves here... I guess are 4 games, or was that 6 games above 500 at home, which I guess is kind of cool. But nonetheless, they're 27-31. Diamondbacks here trying to break a road game losing streak facing the Braves. I think they do it here. Zach Gallen. I know it hasn't been great. 5.54 ERA, 3-7. Kind of had a couple good starts in a row, but then gives up 5 against Colorado, gives up 6 against Pittsburgh. Gives up 4 against St. Louis, 4 against the Dodgers, getting knocked around. His last good start, ironically, was against the Mets. 7 innings, 1 earned run. So I think maybe the Diamondbacks just do well against NL East teams. And I'll say Gallen, 7 innings, no earned runs, no hitter going into that 7th inning, but gets it, I don't know. Matt Olson maybe breaks it up. It doesn't really matter. They're going to lose here. Give me Diamondbacks winning this game. I'm going to say they win by a score of 4-1. Okay, dude? So give me the D-backs and give me the under. Spencer Strider sucks also.
I'm going to go to Canada, eh?
Oh, boy.
We got Christopher Sanchez matched up against Bowden Francis. Sanchez 4-1 through 3-2, 70 Ks, 59 2/3. Francis 2-6, 504, 46 Ks, 55 innings pitched. Blue Jays have won 5 in a row, and the Phillies have lost 4 in a row. And I think that switches tonight. I think Sanchez 6 shutout innings, strikes out a dozen. And I think the Phillies offense early, often, Harper, Schwarber, Turner, all leaving the building. And I think at the end of the day, the Phillies easily defeat the Blue Jays here 9-3. So give me the Phillies and the over. And just like that, that is your 6-pack MLB pick segment.
Bang.
Yeah. So pumped for the Yankees, pumped to get Cruz and Jazz back. And, hopefully, Luke Weaver heals up. Obviously, you don't want to rush him back. And like I said, I think, we have the horses in that bullpen. Now, if it were you, being that Williams, has pitched so well in the 8th, I mean, would you put somebody else out there or would you still go back with him just because he's done it so many times before?
Keep him in the 8th. Don't go back to him in the 9th. What game was it recently that we went into the 9th? Didn't pitch well.
Was it Colorado?
I think it maybe was against Colorado. But just clearly, when we came in the next day, it's like, oh, well, obviously he can't handle the 9th. Like, so keep him in the 8th for sure. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't throw Leiter or...
But that's what they're going to do. Well, I think it should be Loizaga
or
Cruz.
Oh, yeah. I like Loizaga. I mean, I think he probably has more experience there, right?
Yeah, so. I know he's been a little spotty lately, so I guess that's why. And then did you see on there, Josh thinks it's going to be like a 2-on-2, me and Ernie versus Hot Take and Kev.
I can see that happening.
Oh, it was the Angels, by the way.
It was against the Angels.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Not good there.
So, like I said, I fully expect, though, him to get the save opportunity if one arises tonight.
Oh, and Josh B says, no, it was PCA, dude. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is really tough, dude. Like, what the hell?
But now that I'm thinking about this, I just want to make sure. But I feel like I get confused. So many teams here. Okay, yeah, but we do have them for our dynasty league. So I mean, at least there's that. So it was just in the TCA league, So it's all right. It happens, right? What are you gonna do?
No, yeah, it's all right, dude.
But I'm riled. I do see we have a grid. So obviously Ernie's riled. But also Yankees.
Come on, dude.
So yeah, let's go.
Look at the music. Oh.
I would say just to start off here.
Yankees Braves.
Yeah, Yankees Braves.
Josh
I'm
Donaldson.
thinking Urshela. But I was just trying to
Josh.
There was someone else, but yeah,
Max Fried,
David Carpenter. Is that his name? It's too risky. Just do Urshela. But I feel like I'm gonna try at my end just about that name, just because I'm curious.
Yeah,
but
I'm curious too.
But Urshela,
Gio, 0.5, dude.
No reason to mess around there.
Braves, Cubs. I know we can do Cole Hamels. That's probably someone that maybe isn't as
Mr. I think just do it.
Yeah. Also, I know we've done. I remember doing Gaylord Perry for Braves Giants before, and it was kind of a lot. I think.
Yes, maybe not. Doing that one.
I'm pretty sure Dusty Baker would be a good one.
Dusty Baker? I know nothing about his career, so it's
too bad.
So go ahead. Wow, Carpenter would have been 0.07.
Dusty Baker, 2%.
All right, so Yankees,
and that's probably
Tigers.
Like the most help I'm probably gonna give you, honestly, today.
Really?
I mean,
you just calling it just like that?
I mean, I'm not good.
Just like that,
and just like that. Tigers and A's, that sucks.
Yankees and A's. Just trying to get creative here. You know what? Yeah, Yankees A's do Dustin Fowler.
Yankees A's, Dustin Fowler. There we go. 0.5. Let's go, dude.
The Yankees and Tigers have had so many guys. I was just trying to think. Relievers. I think I'm like blank on this for a second. Because I know Granderson, but I know that one
high
is gonna be high. And then I'm just trying to think like back in the day, somebody who came. Just trying to I guess I'm just trying to be too
Goose Gossage, did he pitch for the Tigers?
Oh, you know what? Do Cubs A's and do Rich Harden.
Rich Harden. I saw Rich Gossage. Rich Harden, 3%. There we go, dude.
Do you remember Rich Harden?
No.
Nasty.
Should
for
I?
A little bit. Yeah.
Really?
All right. So Giants A's. I feel like we've had this one recently. But yeah, some of the strikeout numbers with Harden were,
Giants A's, Moises Alou.
Alou was on the A's?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And then obviously, yeah, we could do Zito. The Yankees Tigers though.
A's San Fran. Mark Canha.
There we go.
There we go. That's a
Do
good
that
one. Former Met. Oh,
the spelling gets you every time.
Spelling, it does, dude. 0.6.
You think Cecil Fielder would be too high?
I would think so.
But
I mean, if that's what we got.
No, I know that there's like a bunch of guys that I'm just. Enrique Wilson, I feel like, was on the Tigers too.
Enrique
I'm
Wilson.
almost positive.
I don't know. That's tough to Detroit.
Trying to think.
Detroit, Chicago. I mean,
Detroit, Chicago.
Baez.
Baez.
That's going to be 100.
Is there any napping today, you think?
Maybe, dude. He's probably working hard, I guess, right now.
Just trying to think here.
I know, dude. There's got to be
Yankees Tigers should be so easy. I mean, Granderson. Trying to think who else besides him. Oh, and I could have done Urshela for that one.
Yeah, Tigers, Giants. Rajai Davis.
There we go.
Tigers, Giants. There we go. Let's get back there. Tigers, Giants. Yeah, baby. Bang, 1%.
Wow.
Now Cubs, Tigers, Yanks, Tigers.
Cubs, Tigers.
Oh. Not Swanson. I think players right now. Kimbrel. Pitchers.
I don't know why I'm blanking on
Carrasco. No.
Yankees Tigers.
Swanson.
I feel like there was like another. Just trying to think for a second here. I think think we can do.
Mm-hmm. Kev do Granderson. He says grandson.
Yeah, but what was the trade for Granderson? Oh, but Ian Kennedy went to the Diamondbacks. Damn. Jeez, I know there's. It really, I'm getting aggravated, Tony. I'm not gonna lie.
More than Urshela, more than Granderson.
Like, there's just like.
Detroit. What the hell's John Pollock? Javi Baez. We know that, Josh B. Spell check always gets me, says Kev. What do you got?
David Wells. There we go.
David Wells, dude. %.
All right. So just
hold your breath here, Brian.
what?
Well, because we're doing really good right now.
Oh, yeah. It's not like I was just like throwing some random thing out there. You're telling me to hold my breath.
Matthew Ryan says Tony Metz got lucky. Suck it, Matthew. How about that? Not having it.
Yeah, and Josh B saying Baez is the obvious.
But that's gonna be a killer.
Hi.
It's gonna be a killer for the grid, dude.
I'm just trying to think about
Cubs. The fucking Cubs, dude.
Didn't Edwin Jackson play for both teams?
That sounds good to me.
You go with Edwin Jackson.
Edwin Jackson?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, dude. Edwin
Yeah.
Jackson. 5%. Taking it 16. Let's go, dude.
Pretty good job
Yeah,
there.
I'd say that's a great job, eh?
So yeah. Another
I mean, come on, dude.
another grid in the books.
Baez would have been a killer. Granderson would have been a killer.
Yep.
Ooh, David Justice
Would have been a
would've been
killer.
a killer. Greg Maddux, obviously.
Way ahead of this.
Way ahead of this, dude.
Do you think we're getting too good at the grid? Almost where it's like not a challenge.
No. I think every day it makes me think. So, and I learn, honestly, dude, which is great.
It's crazy. Like how long? I mean, it's got to be what? At least three. You think
weeks?
it's 3 months?
3 months?
No. Of us doing a grid every day.
Yeah, I think so. 3 months, I think, would be a good estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
You know, that's for sure. I feel like you with like the music, like you kind of just want to like keep going and going.
Why, you want to do another one?
I mean, we could, right?
Yeah, we could.
I mean, I guess because like really, if you think about it,
Like right now, what are we gonna do?
yeah, there's no more. I mean,
Like, there's no much we're talking about.
the Knicks,
We-
the trades, towns, fire thibs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about?
We
Here?
talked about that yesterday already. You know?
Yeah,
It's like, you know,
I think one more. Yeah, one more
Why not,
in
dude?
the cards here.
Let me bring in one more in the cards. The immaculate grid here. I know the summary. We're good. Continue playing 791. Play now 790. This was from Saturday. Ooh,
I think we could do this.
yeah, I think so. This isn't like
just gonna
horrible.
Pull up. All right, so this is wait, what date is this? Or
The
what number?
31st. This is from Saturday, 790, dude.
790. Okay, shortstop, 30 home run season.
Francisco Lindor.
I'm just trying to get creative. Oh, play church of minimum one game.
Minimum one
Just
game.
do Marcus Semien.
Bang. Point
0.5. And you said this is 790?
790, dude.
All right. Second base, 30 home runs. There's
Jeff McNeil.
No, there's Jeff Kent. I'm just trying to be
Outside the
creative
box
here.
here.
Maybe first, but like play second, like a little bit. I mean,
That's right.
I guess
Ozuna.
or wait, hasn't Lindor played second base for a game? Or
I don't think so. When Javi was over, I don't think so.
either Lindor or
Javi played
Ramirez.
second.
Javi played second?
Yeah.
Yes, so then do that.
Javier. 1%.
1%. Yeah, but this would be one of those grids
That's a good
where
one.
like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just you get it.
This is too many guys, you
Yeah,
know?
30 home runs outside the U.S. Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez.
Yep.
Manny Ramirez, 5%. 200 hits as a shortstop.
By the way, Josh B says can't see the grid.
Oh, really? Oh, that's embarrassing. The extra grid. Thank you.
All right, so now we got what? 200 hits, shortstop. Obviously I know Jeter.
Mm-hmm. Lindor.
200 hits though?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of hits, dude.
Second base with 200. Oh, we'll do a Rise.
I was just saying
for
Luis
200
Ariz,
hits. Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that's a good one. Luis Ariz, another 5%er.
200 hits outside of the U.S. And then let's see, Hall of Fame. I want to go Ripken for Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Shortstop.
He never played second base, right?
No.
Cal Ripken, dude.
14%. For one of these grids, that's like 100%.
I know. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it's all right.
Second base Hall of Fame. It's kind of crazy, like when you think about like Hall of Fame second baseman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there really that many?
I don't know. I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
And then
Matthew Ryan.
Yes, Matthew. Yes.
200
Jeez.
hits.
Yeah, I feel like we're
really
kind
annoying,
of
dude.
Yeah. Like where's Yerny though too?
I know Yerny he's yearning.
You didn't go Vlad for the Hall of Famer, I guess.
Born outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Born on the outside. Vladimir Guerrero. Bang, 4%.
Okay.
Played second base, Hall of Fame. Played second base.
Joe Morgan.
Hits. Joe Morgan.
Yeah.
I like Joe Morgan. Ooh.
I like getting 109 as the rarity score. All right. So born outside the U.S. for 200 hits. I don't know. Did what's his name? Did Clemente?
Roberto?
He had to have.
Must have, right?
Yeah, go Clemente. That's always like a Yerny.
If this is wrong, there's no way.
Yeah.
10%.
All right, and then the 200
Shortstop.
hits. We know, I mean, I would think A-Rod had 200 hits,
A-Rod has Mookie? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would.
Yeah.
We go A-Rod. You want to go A-Rod?
Yeah, I feel like he had to because he hit like.
I mean, come on, like 7%.
67. For one of those grids, like I said, it's like 109.
Dude.
But you know what? Whatever. 2 for 2.
I mean, come on.
We don't miss grids. And then Ernie was saying Tully. Oh, I thought, okay. Brian, who's starting for the Yankees?
Brian
I got the answer for you,
Sandberg.
Brian. Well, yeah, Rodon's starting. What do you mean? Unless he was talking
No, I
about the
think
grid.
that Saturday, maybe?
No, he said tonight. Who's starting for the Yankees tonight?
Oh.
Yeah. But it's definitely gonna be Yard, bro. Not even concerned about it. You wanted to just keep the music going. Keep it out in the studio all day.
Sounds nice, dude. Sounds nice.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, pumped up for the games tonight. Are you gonna we got the normal start tomorrow? Like, are you gonna try to stay out for the game tonight?
Yeah, I think so. We'll be here late for binge anyway.
Binge, yeah. But like, you're thinking like full game, like 1:30 potentially, maybe extra innings again.
Yeah, maybe if I can be.
Wow.
I mean, let's go. I mean, it's Mets Dodgers. These are big
I feel
games.
like I wouldn't be hitting that pen though. You know what I mean?
There's no way, dude.
I can't do that.
Can't do that, dude.
But okay, so and then binge at what 8?
8.
What's on the agenda?
We're talking Last of Us season finale, dude. From last week, we didn't get a chance. Joel again. I actually watched a documentary too on remember the Ocean Gate Company?
Yes, with the Titanic. And
Yeah,
everything.
I watched a documentary on that, dude. Kind of crazy, yeah, pretty sad.
Stupidity or no?
Oh yeah, like literally, like it's Matthew Ryan. Speaking of stupidity,
Yeah.
like literally, like engineers, like, hey man, like this isn't safe to dive.
No, we got it,
anymore.
man.
You're fired. Like quite literally, get out of my office. Do you want to take Matthew Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Yankees fan. Yeah. Sure.
Tony, the Mets.
What
suck.
happened? What
Tony.
happened? Hold on, stand by. All right, Matthew
He's
Ryan.
beat up Tanner Bybee today.
Yeah.
You
What?
know?
No, they probably will. They probably will. I'll give you that.
I think they're going to put up 9 against Tanner Bybee.
And then who's pitching for the Mets today? Ooh, I don't know.
McGill.
Hammered.
That's a loss.
Fastballs.
That's a loss.
You don't know shit about the Mets, dude.
He could run into trouble with the fastball though against that lineup.
No, literally. I mean, he's been in trouble with the location, really,
against everybody recently. Yeah.
But still, I mean, they could, not for nothing. I'm sure you were sitting there, Matthew Ryan, last night with Blackburn, and you were wrong. So, I mean, what are you gonna do?
You think Devin's gonna be the closer, Matthew, even though he shouldn't be?
No, I don't want Devin Williams as a closer. No.
They're gonna though, because that's just how I just know it,
I just know it.
Keep Luke Weaver there.
No, but he's Matthew. Are you under a rock? I mean, he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, then put someone else there.
You really haven't been watching? I thought you were like a big Yankee fan.
Kev Deuce says Matthew Ryan's a joke. He says you're a joke, Matthew Ryan.
No, I've been watching, but I'm saying.
But you didn't know about Weaver?
No, I knew about Weaver. I just totally forgot for a second. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. No, I mean, obviously, when Weaver's healthy, I like it. But we are getting Fernando Cruz back tonight, so
I would put somebody else as a closer, not Williams. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying, don't you think though the way Boone is, that's definitely what he's going to do?
Yeah, that's how Boone is. That's how Boone is.
Yeah. And then Josh B also is calling you out, saying Tony wants his steak, Matthew.
Well,
no cheesesteak. I want a real steak.
If the Mets win 4 in a row, then he'll get steak.
Oh
no! Right. I thought the funniest thing how D-Rails was trying to talk smack, and then he's saying one of 2 teams not to get swept, and it's like, well, who's the other team? I mean, come on, that was a bad job, honestly.
I just can't wait to see the Yankees dominate, and then the Mets get dominated.
Have you been to any games this year yet?
No.
Anything on the agenda or?
I'm looking into it.
Yeah. No, I'm riled. I'm going to be there Saturday. Yankees Red Sox.
Oh, that sounds fun. Beat down again with the Red Sox.
Yeah, Red Sox. It's over for the Red Sox.
It's great. It's great to see the Red Sox slide. Now we just need to see one more team slide. Couple more teams slide.
What do you think about LeMahieu with the 4 hits on Sunday?
Oh, it's great to see that he's pulling his weight, but he shouldn't be an everyday starter, not in my opinion. No,
who do you think? Do you think we should trade for a second baseman, or what do you think, for a third baseman?
Trade or see what we have.
Yeah, I mean Peraza and Vivas just haven't been hitting. That's the problem. But
yeah,
and Cabrera, I liked Cabrera, and it's a shame he's out for the year. But
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I feel pretty good about this Cleveland series. And it's just nice to be back home. So
it's nice to be back home. It's also nice after we watch the Yankees win, we can turn on the Mets and watch them lose.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They're on too late. I can't stay up for that.
I'll stay up for it. I'll watch them lose. It's great.
You'd stay up to be disappointed?
What, Tony?
You would stay up to be disappointed.
No, they got McGill pitching. That's a loss. That's a loser.
That's what you said last night when they won.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
My prediction, by the way, for the Yankees game tonight, I don't know if you have one, but mine was that Jazz first pitch homer back in the lineup. What do you think?
I could see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
This way he can go back inside the clubhouse, take a quick rip before he goes out to the fields.
I can see Jazz ending up with more home runs than Juan Soto.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think, though. I think Jazz is 6 or 7. I mean, he's not that far behind right now, and he missed a lot of time.
No, that's very true, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Soto's basically missed the whole part of the season. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see, Matthew. But no, Yankees are in a good spot. Obviously, I wanted to win this series against the Dodgers, but you got to just move forward, and it was good to get that win on Sunday night. So
yeah,
let's go. Let's see what happens. Big week ahead, though. Come on.
Let's go, Yankees.
Let's go, Yankees.
And this is the Yankee town.
This is
Mets
the Yankee
town. This is the Yankee town.
Let's go, man. Yeah, good call though. And we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Matt.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's really where we're at.
Dog here.
But obviously,
look at the chips, dude. Really, the chips.
Big show tomorrow. RBC Canadian Open.
That's right.
We're gonna be talking Svensson,
Canada,
and
dude.
Taylor. I'm trying to think. It had win.
Hadwin.
There's who else? There's more. Mike Weir, obviously.
Oh yeah. There's definitely another younger guy though.
We'll find it.
Yeah,
We'll find it. But yeah, so
Brush
and
up.
then it's kind of crazy that Thursday is not only 1 week to the tailgate, but 1 week till the United States Open. We had the 36-hole qualifiers yesterday. Homa not making it.
Not good.
Disappointing. But
Homer's a bum.
what are you gonna do?
What are you
Big
gonna
bum.
do, dude. Big bum.
But yeah, so great show today. Really appreciate everybody who got up a little earlier to tune in and continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay, and costume the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy binge buddies. Let's go Yankees!
Let's go Mets!
And we will see you
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.